Welcome, my friends, to another episode of Journal Entry. And it's my time each week to reflect back on my brick journey and also kind of some real life things to discuss and kind of like what's to come and what to expect for the current week. And it's been, really the theme for this week. I was doing a lot of thinking because sometimes when you have like a really hard, long week at work and stuff like that, it's kind of hard to kind of make things fun. Like even you fall asleep in the middle of trying to watch TV. Sometimes I come down and I'm like, I really want to build, but I'm so tired. And the good news is this week I was able to take off. I've been taking a lot of Fridays off, and where I work just a little bit, just enough to kind of get, make it so it's not terrible. And most people usually stop, late in the afternoon. You don't get a ton of requests. So it's been nice taking some things, taking Fridays off. The really cool part is my wife works different hours because she's a personal trainer and has like 5 jobs or something like that. But Fridays she doesn't do a lot, so we're able to kind of enjoy. We went out and had lunch and stuff like that, and we've done that like the last 2 Fridays in a row, and it's been really nice. And even we played pickleball last week. This week we haven't played, but we've been really kind of enjoying our Fridays, which is really nice. And because there's no kids around and stuff like that, so it's kind of nice to just go out and have some lunch and almost like do a date in the middle of the day, which is a little bit different. So hopefully, I'm sure a lot of companies are trying to get people to take their vacation, which is not an easy thing sometimes because it's like it's still like travel is still a little bit difficult. We have some travel coming up, but it's sometimes when you go on these big vacations, they're not quite what they're cracked up to be. It's some places more than others have been really active and kind of built back. Sometimes even I've noticed going to restaurants, it's like you go and you're spending double what you did like 3 or 4 years ago. And then the service and the food is not as good as it was. So it's kind of like hard to go out. I'm almost been just like cooking myself. So encourage all you out there. So if you haven't been adulting, that now is the time. So moving on into the Lego life. So part of what's I'm still having fun. I'm a little nervous about the MOC, the Darth Vader's castle. It's getting bigger, but it's also getting more difficult because I'm in those early stages where I really have to map things out and be somewhat precise. I'm kind of like, starting to get to a point where it's just sometimes I just can't make decisions and you just sit there and you stare at it. I honestly don't know how the Lego masters do it because you must have like an exact plan of what you're going to do because there's just no way. I just sit there and stare at it most of the time. I really need to start working on smaller MOCs because big MOCs are just not for me, I don't think, because they're just too big. And then you run out of parts, and then you just it's just a hot mess. So stay tuned this week. I'll touch base a little bit. I've been trying to get back to kind of weekly updates. I tried building, recording myself building, and it just stresses me out because I'm like staring at it. The editing process is just insane, and I really don't like doing a lot of editing. I usually try to like do one take videos or maybe some minor editing, not a big deal. And I really don't use like any sort of real video editing software other than just some basic stuff. So I don't like do any crazy stuff to make this like a million view type, high effort video editing type video. That's not for me. So I want to keep it fun for myself. I still want to record and put myself out there. And just, again, it's really for me, it's digitizing my journey and having fun with it, right? If I'm not having fun and I'm really putting too much effort into, if I put a ton of effort into a video, like hours and hours and hours, and then it got like 10 views, I think I'd lose my mind. There's just not enough time to be doing that. So I feel like I appreciate everybody that's kind of, to me, it's all about the fun of the community and folks that comment. You know who you are, and I appreciate you. I love all the commentary. I love commenting back. A lot of fun comments. You guys are the best. So if you want to join the community, hit the like button, smack around that subscribe button. The channel is definitely in growth mode. I have right now, I think I'm over 1,500 hours of watch time, which is really good for a small channel. And we're in the 300s now, which is really great. So it's not that I'm really counting, although it's really hard to not look at that sometimes. But if you join the channel, I promise maybe not everyday uploads. But I've been on an everyday upload pace because I'm just building all the time. I try to build a couple times a week. Most of my videos I do on the weekends or a few here and there late at night, which is why I fall asleep in the middle of my videos sometimes, which is kind of weird. I can't tell you how, so like you can tell when it's a late night video, the editing that I have to do with the yawning is pretty bad sometimes. So with that, what else do we have going on? So the mocks. Oh, as far as the Mercari has been, I think I'm hitting a little bit of a lull again. It was hot. There was a couple sales. You'll see throughout March and into early April. I've got a new haul coming every week. I've got another one on order, which is I'm really, really, really excited about. I was on the fence. One of the things I was on the fence on, because it's like you get money in the account for selling stuff, and then you literally immediately spend it, because I have this huge wish list, and then I just look for deals, and then I pull the trigger. I'm kind of in the mode where I need to kind of build up my account and save, because I want to knock out some of the higher end, either battle packs or advent calendars that are on my list, so don't go purchasing those on Mercari. So I really, but I don't know if I have enough currently in my store and for sale. It seems like I'm having a hard time moving things, so things could take a couple months to sell. So I'm kind of in this weird rut. I probably need to load up a few more things. I'm kind of waiting for a deal to get more motivated, and maybe I should have like a goal of keeping it over like 50 items or something like that, because 50 is a pretty nice number. Although I've had some stuff on there that's been on for like 6 months and it's not selling, which is kind of driving me nuts, because I'm keeping a lot of it in the fourth bedroom. I need to make space in that fourth bedroom. I'm getting yelled at to get all the stuff out of there. I thought maybe it would sell, I mean, it's really well priced, but stuff isn't really moving quite as fast. And it may be that we're in that lull before spring. So I even have some Packers items on there, which you never know. I think the Aaron Rodgers drama may come to an end this next week. I think next week is the week. I think it's going to happen. Sounds like it's moving towards that end, which I kind of, you just know it was time, right? So I'm not surprised. I'm a little surprised that potentially the Jets are the team. That's a little weird to me, but isn't that what Favre did? So I'm pretty sure Rodgers said that he wouldn't take the same path as Favre, which he didn't exactly, but it's pretty close, right? Like not far. A couple other things. So this last week, I finally released a review on Vader's Castle itself before I tore it down, and that was a lot of fun. I've got some good ones next week. So this week I did a whole bunch of the Shadow Troopers. I did the build experience, and I think I'll be releasing. What else am I releasing this week? Yeah, so it's mostly Shadow Troopers. Oh, I did a whole bunch of cleaning. So and I have a whole nother bin still of dirty Lego. So it's kind of like taking dirty Lego and making it clean. I had a whole bin from a haul, and I cleaned I'd say about a fourth of it I cleaned out, and the difference was pretty amazing. And you get some really cool parts, like this really dark gray. This will be great for rock work, so looking forward to using it in some fashion, hopefully in the mock. I did a lot of the Kenobi versus Vader set. That's been a hot one. So I did I did the build experience in 2 videos, and then I have the review that'll come out the following week. So I'm pretty set up in that regards. There's a couple sets that I'm thinking of building in the near future, maybe because I kind of need the parts. One is the Inquisitor Scythe, so I was thinking about building it this weekend. We'll see if I get it finished either Saturday or Sunday, and then I'm going to build the Dark Troopers, because I need some of the parts for the building in the castle. So that's gonna be exciting, and those Dark Troopers are pretty cool. Maybe I'll put those in the mock somewhere. I don't know if it's probably not appropriate, but it could just kind of make an appearance just because, or maybe it's just temporary. I'll put them in there. So Dark Troopers coming up, Inquisitor Scythe, because those are all very much Sith oriented sets. I need to kind of get those built. I feel kind of overwhelmed with how much Lego's out here. Oh, I did a lot of like sorting and stuff like that. That's brutal stuff. I've had a lot of success on videos with the shorts. So if that's kind of been a fun natural place to put Remy, my French bulldog. So he's been having a lot of fun. If you notice that he's got a collar around, it's because he had surgery last week. He's totally fine. Just did the neutering. Poor guy. He's now a man. But he's almost 8th month, and he's really, even though he just had that surgery, he's literally the day of, he was just like jumping and flying. And in fact, he just did a flying leap from one couch to the other. It was like, oh my goodness, that dog's going to be the death. I don't know how he's going to, he's probably going to have spinal problems for sure. So anyways, I hope everybody watching this is having an absolute fantastic week. I've got a lot of building in my future, so I've got to get back at it. We'll catch you on the next episode of Journal Entry. Bye for now.